Good evening and welcome to the gymnasium on the campus of North Mason High School in Belfair for tonight's high school basketball matchup pitting the Crosspoint Academy Warriors and the North Mason Bulldogs in a non-league boys matchup. I'm Diedrich Allen. Now let's tell you all about the teams we're covering tonight. Crosspoint is 2-1 on the season. The Warriors, the last action was Thursday night when they lost to North Kitsap 72-29. Crosspoint's wins were over Bush and Coahuila. Their leading scorers are Zach Miller and Patrick Wheeler. The Warriors did participate in the North Mason Jamboree on November 30th and performed well, but in 10 minutes against the Bulldogs, they scored 10 points while allowing 23. North Mason has dropped their last 3 games after winning their season opener. Bulldogs' record is 1-3. However, the boys from Belfair are starting to get consistent scoring from a variety of players, including the 3 Mets, Duckworth, Becker, and Boca, Devontae Davenport, and Daniel Burgraff. Will the Warriors get back on the winning track tonight in Belfair, or will the Bulldogs continue to play well and knock off the smaller school from Chico? We'll find out in moments. It's boys high school basketball. Crosspoint at North Mason next on MasonWebTV.com. Coming up, we'll talk with Bulldogs coach Steve Hackett.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@masonwebtv.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@masonwebtv.com.
And we're back at North Mason High School Gymnasium. Had an opportunity to talk with Steve Hackett, head man of North Mason.
Coach Hackett, you lost a couple of games. Kind of expected that. You're hitting just getting into league play. Let's talk about last night a little bit against Bremerton.
Yeah, Bremerton's a heck of a ball club. You know, we knew we were going to have to be on our best game to get them, and they shot the ball really well, had great dribble drives, and we didn't quite have enough to get them.
See, it looked like you kind of played with them, though.
Yeah, you know, there was times where we were in it, and you know, we hit some shots late to kind of cover the spread in Vegas, but really, I mean, they had us, you know, pretty good. They were a pretty solid team.
And the previous opponents pretty much the same way?
No, those ones were actually opposite. We were in it with the last 2 minutes. With North Kitsap, we were tied with 2 minutes to go, and then Port Angeles, we were down 2 with 2 minutes to go. And, you know, we had some costly turnovers and missed some shots and came back to bite us. So we were right there in those ones.
So that's encouraging, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, the guys are playing hard. You know, it's not like you're doing the, come on, we just got to fight speech. You know, you're not doing that. You're going, man, we just got to take care of the rock. We're right there, really, you know, right on the edge. So hopefully tonight can kind of get it going on the right track, you know.
I did notice on the box scores that you have 3 players consistently getting in double figures.
Yeah, you know, that's the recipe. Is like I said before, we always used to try how are we going to find 50. And we're finding 50. Now we got to find a way to stop them from getting 50. I think that's got to be lesson 2. So we'll get it going.
Now, Crosspoint, smaller school, private school, they get a recruit.
Yeah.
That's a plus for them.
Yeah.
You saw them in the Jamboree. Do you take anything from the Jamboree to tonight's game?
It's so early. You know, I don't think we're the same team we were in the Jamboree either. You know, they got Rick Walker coaching him, who's a legendary guy. You know, there's not very many people more respected in the community or in the area, you know, with basketball than Coach Walker. So he's going to have those guys scrapping and ready to fight. You know, size, you know, they can have a small school, but those guys are going to be ready to fight. We know that.
Now, as Boca walks by here with a little ice on his ankle, is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, I think it is. You know, it's a non-conference game. We're not quite sure on where he's at. You know, it's kind of back and forth. He rolled the thing up. So right now he's a game time, but we're going to go ahead and start. We call him Bam Bam, but we're going to start Nick Fatur for him and see where it goes.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck tonight.
Hey, thanks, Emerson. Go Dogs.
And that was Coach Steve Hackett, head man of the North Mason Bulldogs. as we just heard the playing of the national anthem. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back with the starting five for both teams here on MaceitWebTV.com.
And your Bulldog non-starters, Dalton Guy.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
And we're back. Starting lineups being announced here tonight. So we'll start out with the visiting Crosspoint Warriors. It's a Zach Miller. He's a 5'11 senior guard. Patrick Wheeler, a 6'2 senior post. Cody Arns, a 5'11 junior wing. Michael Shea, a 5'11 junior guard. And James Akabota, 6'4 junior post player. For the Bulldogs, getting the starting nod, as I mentioned, Nick Vatour, 6'1 junior forward. Matt Duckworth, 6 foot senior. He's a guard. Devontae Davenport is a 5'10 junior guard. Daniel Berggraf, a 6'3 junior forward, and Matt Becker, a 5'10 sophomore guard. Again, it's Miller, Wheeler, Arns, Shea, and Akabalaka, and Vatour, Duckworth, Davenport, Berggraf, and Becker for the Bulldogs. So we're getting ready to start this non-league game. And it looks like Wheeler will step into the center court to face Berggraf. Bulldogs in the home white, Warriors in their road red. So we're about ready to get underway, and the tip is one in the front court by the Bulldogs, and that's Becker. Matt Becker with it. High post feed to Vatour. Hand it back to, actually that's Berggraf with a jump at the foul line, missed it. Rebound comes the Warriors. That's Wheeler with it. Finding Miller, who came up short, and Davenport with the rebound, coming right back for North Mason. No score. Ooh, Davenport is tripped, and they're going to call a foul traveling on Davenport, and it goes right back to Crosspoint. Here come the Warriors crossing midcourt. That's Miller. Gets over to Wheeler. Nice find. And putting it up and in, scoring first are the Warriors. Well, it was Shea who put it in. Duckworth thought about a three there to Berggraf. Get it back to Becker, but trying to get to Becker. Coming up with the steal was Miller. Tiptoeing along the sidelines, but couldn't contain it, and it stays in the hands of the Bulldogs. So Berggraf will get it to Becker in back court. And the Bulldogs will set the offense over to Davenport, far side. Nice backdoor cut by Berggraf. A reverse layup goes in, and it's a 2-2 game. 6:35 to go here in the first. Here come the Warriors. That's Shea with it. Over goes to Miller, and the shot in the middle came off the mark, and the rebound goes into the far side, the far corner. It's Davenport, a one-handed up, and Duckworth open for three. Nope. Ball comes right back to him, and a whistle. That'll go on the Warriors.
Fouls on Michael Shea. That's
Shea picked up his first.
the Warriors' first team foul.
Baseline inbounds for the Bulldogs. Inbounds in the corner to Burgraff, out to Becker, back to Duckworth. Duckworth for three, just out of the shot. It's off the mark. Rebound. Vatour has it. Shuffles it over, trying to get it to Burgraff, but stepping in the passing lane was Arns. And here come the Warriors. That's Miller with it. Throw it to Shea. Looking for a high post feed, denied. Now come to the opposite side, and that'll be Arns with it on the near side. Up top it goes to Shea. Throws it over to Wheeler. Wheeler handed off to Miller. Up top it goes to Arns. Arns will drive on Burgraff. Hand it off, and it's Wheeler. 8 on the shot clock. Double clutch is going to the hole, and drawing the charging foul is Nick Vatour.
Fouls on Patrick Wheeler.
Wheeler picked up his first. 5:36 to go here in the first quarter. 2-2 is the score. North Mason with the ball. That's Becker weaving his way around Hanson. I tried to get a handoff to Vatour, and he just didn't know where he was going with it and ends up traveling. That's a turnover. It's the second one on the Bulldogs. 5:26 to go in the first. That's Miller on the far side with the ball. Gets a screen to the top of the key. Still on the drive. Davenport dove for it. And there's Shea with 3 in the corner. A tap up by Wheeler. That was Miller with a tap up. It goes out of bounds off of Bulldog. Shea will trigger the play. Or I'm sorry, Arns will trigger the play. Inbounds to Miller on the baseline. Gets around Duckworth. It puts it up. Missed the shot. Rebound off. Rebound goes to Burgraff. Finally contains it. And here comes Becker for the Bulldogs. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-2. High post feed to Vatour. Handed off to Davenport. Top of the key for 3. Nothing but net for Devontae. And it's a 3-point lead for North Mason. 5-2. Here comes Shea right back for the Warriors. Throw it up to Miller. Miller overplayed by Duckworth. Pulls up on the foul line. Missed the shot. Rebound is stolen away by Davenport. He'll push it up and to the hole. Putting it up and in with a nice soft hands. Daniel Burgraff. 7-2. 5-point lead for North Mason. Here comes Crosspoint. Coming right back. Shea with it. Throws it over to Arms. And a turnaround jumper, and drawing the foul is James Apodaca. That'll be the first foul on the Bulldogs.
Fouls on Nick Vatour.
Vatour got his first pickup foul. Apodaca at the line for 2 free throws. First trip to the line for either team tonight. Got the first one. And Jiajing Zhao steps on to the court for Crosspoint, replacing Patrick Wheeler. Second free throw by Apodaca. Goes in. 3-point lead for North Mason. They had the ball, 7-4. 4:10 to go here in the first quarter. Becker with it, high post feed to Burgraff. Hand off to Duckworth, open for 3 at the top. Got it.
Duckworth for 3.
6-point lead now for North Mason, 10-4. Comes Shea. The corner to Wheeler. No, actually, that's Miller. Down to Apodaca, stripped of the ball. Ball is picked up by Burgraff on the run the other way. He's got a guy leading and going to the hole. Knight gets it right back. He's in traffic. Turnaround, kind of a fading hook goes in for Burgraff. 6 points for him tonight, and the lead is 8. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a step aside, just a quick short shot. We'll be right back here on MasonWebTV.com.
That's low. That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
And we're back, 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. 12 for North Mason, 4 for Crosspoint. And the Warriors have the ball. And that's Shea running point. Get over to Zhao. High post feed. Oh, deflected and stolen away by the Bulldogs. Davenport comes up with it, saves it into Becker. And here come the Bulldogs. Becker pushing it up the floor. Nobody stopped ball and puts it up and in. Matt Becker with his first two of the ball game. That's Miller with it at the top. Stolen away by Burgraff. Burgraff trying to go coast to coast. Lost it. Ball still free, and it rolls out of bounds after for Burgraff. See Dustin Mincy into the ball game for the Bulldogs, and so does Hunter Holman sitting down. Duckworth and Beckworth. 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in the first. 14-4. North Mason on top by 10. Crosspoint with the ball. That's Zhao with it on the far side. Gets over to Shea. Shea drives baseline right to the hoop. Over Vitor. Puts it up and in. 4 points for Michael tonight. So far, 8-point lead for North Mason. Davenport running point for North Mason. Goes over to Holman. Double teamed on the side. Drives baseline. Gets it down to Burgraff on the box. Nice extra pass to Vitor. Puts it up. Missed a shot, but he's fouled by Arns. That'll be his first. And Nick Vitor's at the line for 2 free throws. Yet to score tonight. First trip to the line. 2:32 to go here in the first quarter. Got the first one. They'll get another one. Missed the second one. Rebound stolen away by Davenport. He'll put it up and miss it, and Apodaca comes up with it. Finds Zhao. Here come the Warriors up the court. Zhao will get it over to Miller. Miller up top to Shea. Shea over to Arns. Back to Shea. Over to Arns again. He'll take the open three. In and out. And getting the rebound is Burgraff. Davenport, and here come the Bulldogs with the ball and the lead. Into the corner to Holman for three. Nope. Rebound. There's a push away from the ball on North Mason. And Vitor just picked up his second personal. And Zach Marks will step on for North Mason. He'll get Nick Vitor, or Bam Bam. Zal will sit down, and stepping back onto the court, Patrick Wheeler. So it's Arns and Miller. Shea, who has the ball now. Apodaca. Back it to, that's Miller. Over to Shea. Now Miller takes the three and hits it. It's a 6-point lead for North Mason. Marks misses a three. Mincy misses a three. Rebound goes to the Warriors. And Deshae is fouled by Davenport. That'll be Vontae's first. 13 foul. 3 team fouls on both teams. Arns will inbounds it. Get it into Shea. Up top to Wheeler. Over to... that's Wheeler, actually. Into the corner goes to Arns. Ball kind of comes free. Coming up with it is Miller. Miller goes to the hole and puts it up and in. Zach Miller with 5 points tonight. It's a 4-point lead for North Mason, 15-11. Mincy finds Burgraff. He'll put it up and in. 8 points for Daniel tonight. So far, a minute to go here in the first quarter. 6-point lead for North Mason. Crosspoint has the ball. That's Wheeler. Shea for three, way outside, in and out, and pops back in. Pulling down the rebounds, Marks for North Mason, and here comes Davenport. One hands it down, and it's kicked out of bounds. 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dalton Geyer steps on for the first time for the Bulldogs, replacing Devontae Davenport. Geyer will trigger the play from the inbounds, get it into Burgraff. Up top it goes to Holman, to Geyer. Geyer for three in the corner. That's off. Rebound. Comes into the front court. Shea comes up with it, then loses it and gets it right back, and it's rejected by Burgraff out of bounds. 17-11 is the score. North Mason on top. Crosspoint as a baseline inbounds to the left of the backboard. Arns into Akabaka. Back to Arns. Arns baseline jumpers off. Rebound. Holman has it. Goes out of bounds, but it'll go off of a Bulldog. Or actually off of a Crosspoint. It'll go to the Bulldogs. And Mincy running point this trip up for North Mason. Throw it over to Holman, cross court to Geyer. Geyer down to the box. And that was Marks hacked in foul on the turnaround jumper in the paint. So Zach Marks goes to the line for 2 free throws. Apodaca picked up his first, 4th team foul on Crosspoint. At the line for 2 free throws. North Mason's is Zach Marks. Missed the first one. Jeremiah Petty steps into the court for the first time tonight, replacing Michael Shea for Crosspoint. 13.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw by Marks is short, and the rebound goes to Crosspoint. 8 seconds to work now. There's Petty. Petty to high post feed. Apodaca puts it up at the foul line, missed it, and the clock runs out on the first quarter. So we're through one. North Mason up 17-11 on Crosspoint tonight here on MasonWebTV.com. We'll be right back.
After one, the Bulldogs.
That's a keeper. Yep.
Remember adventure? We do. Your family fun begins at ExploreHoodCanal.com.
And we're waiting for the start of the second quarter. North Mason 17, Crosspoint 11. Leading scorer in the ball game, Daniel Berggraf. He has 8 points for North Mason. 5 points for Zach Miller for Crosspoint. Those are your leading scorers for both teams. 4 for Michael Shea, 2 for James Apodaca, 3 for Duckworth and Davenport, 2 for Becker, and 1 for Vatour. Crosspoint will start out with the ball. Arns will inbounds. I'm looking for Shea. Gives it into Apodaca. Hands it off to Arns. And now goes to Shea in the center court circle, in the front court. Bounces it over to Petty. Petty to Arns, deflected, goes back to Petty in the corner, and stolen away by Berggraf. Berggraf will get it to Becker back in there for North Mason. Here come the Bulldogs, leading by 6. Becker, top of the key, high post feed. It goes to Marks, and he lost it in a steal by the Warriors. Here comes Wheeler, hands it off to Shea. Back to Wheeler, over goes to Arns. Arns up top to Apodaca. He'll drive side of the paint, had it slapped out of his hands. Ball's free. Rebound, or the ball goes right into Davenport's hands, and here comes Becker. And then he'll throw it away. Crosspoint ball, far sideline inbounds. Arns will hand it into Shea, and here come the Warriors. Over goes to Arns. And into Shea in the corner. Dribbles around the defense, drives into a double team. Now into the corner, and that's Arns with the shot. That's for 2. Cody Arns picked up his first, and it's a 4-point lead for North Mason, 17-13. Becker with it between the circles. Down to Berggraf. Out to Devontae Davenport. Missed the 3, and the rebound goes to Wheeler. And here come the Warriors. That's Shea with it on the far side. Dribbles up top. Stops. Pops for 3. Up. Off. Rebound. Marks taps it to Berggraf, and here come the Bulldogs. Over to the Davenport. To Becker. Back to Davenport. Over to Becker. Becker drives baseline. Finds Berggraf. He'll lay off the glass and in. 10 points for Daniel. And it's 19-3. Under 6 minutes to go here in the half. Petty with it, drives on Duckworth. Flighty little floater comes up short, and the rebound goes to Davenport. Here comes Becker for North Mason. Throw it over to Duckworth for three. That's in and out. Burgraff right there to put it up and in. Give him 12 points tonight. 21-13 is the score. 5:35 to go here in the half. And then we'll stop play as Becker needs to tie his shoe. Substitutions. Vautour returns. He'll go get Marks. And Miller steps in. And he'll get the ball from the sideline inbounds. Wheeler over to Arns. Arns drives on Vautour, gets some help from Burgraff. And there's going to be a traveling. There's a traveling. Fifth turnover on the Crosspoint. 21-13 is our score. 5:17 to go here in the second quarter. North Mason on top. Bulldogs have the ball. Here comes Matt Becker. Over to Devontae Davenport. Throws across court to Becker. Becker down to Burgraff. He is fouled. Trying to make the shot. Arns picked up his second. The 15th foul on Crosspoint. And at the line for the first time tonight, Daniel Becker. Short on the first one, we'll get another one. Bulldogs up 21-13. 5:05 to go here in the second quarter. Second free throw a little long. Davenport with the rebound. One dribble goes right back up. And Vautour put it up. And then Becker with another putback. Second bucket for Matt Becker. And 4 points for him. 10-point lead for North Mason, 23-13. That's Miller to Petty. Petty over to Shea. Shea stops and he throws it to Arns. High post feed it goes to Wheeler, and he lost it off his foot, and there's a scramble for it. Coming up with it is Wheeler out to Shea. Shea drives the baseline, stops on the baseline, finds Wheeler. Little scoop shot, no good. And the rebound goes to Vautour for North Mason. Here comes Becker the other way for the Bulldogs. Hesitates, side of the paint, shot goes in. 6 points for Matt Becker now. And it's a 12-point lead for North Mason. 4:11 to go here in the second quarter. That's Miller with it in the far side, drives the foul line, stops. Fade away at the foul line off the back of the iron. Rebound goes to Vautour, hands it off to Becker. Becker coming the other way. Gonna fade away on the baseline, drew the foul. Can't get the shot to fall. The foul went to Miller, his first. Oh, on Shea. So they're going to call it on Shea. That's his second. And Becker's at the line for 2 free throws. Got the first one. Get another one. James Apodaca steps back onto the court. He'll replace Cody Arns. Second free throw coming for Matt Becker for North Mason. It's 26-13 now. Can he make it 27? Nope. Rebound goes to Miller. And here come the Warriors. Up it goes to Shea on the far side. Into the corner to Petty. Petty. Back out to Shea. Shea for three. No. Rebound. Vautour taps it to Davenport. Davenport on the run for the Bulldogs the other way. Turn around and one hands it out to Becker. Becker drives the foul line, goes right into the bucket, puts it up a little short. Rebound Vautour. In traffic, puts it up. Hacked and fouled twice. Nick Vautour at the line for 2 free throws. Wheeler picked up his second. That'll be the 17th foul on Crosspoint. Vautour's 1 for 2 tonight. Second trip to the line. In and out on the first one. Zhao steps onto the court, replacing Wheeler. One more shot for Bam Bam. That one got the roll. Give him 2 points, and it's a 14-point lead for North Mason, 27-13. Wheeler up to Zhao, far side. It's a steal by Burgraff. Burgraff to the bucket. Went for the dunk and missed it. Rebound goes to Apodaca. Get it up to Miller. Miller to the three-point arc, guarded by Davenport, trying to get by Davenport. Has his head down, goes up and misses a shot, and the rebound goes to Davenport. Davenport will bring it up this time. Hand it off to, nope, they'll keep it, and they'll find a wide open Vitur under the bucket. Can't finish the open rebound, or the open layup, and the rebound goes to Zal. Finds Miller. Miller trying to look for Zal. Will find Shea on the opposite side. The one hands it over to Petty, knocked out of bounds by Duckworth. Hunter Holman back in the ballgame for North Mason. Duckworth will sit down. It'll be sideline inbounds for Crosspoint. Jeremiah Petty will trigger the play and throw it into Shea. Shea over to Petty again. Looking low. Gets it into Apodaca at the foul line. Over to Shea. Shea over to Zal. And a foul on the Bulldogs. Burgraff picked up his first. Fourth team foul on the Bulldogs. Baseline inbounds for Crosspoint to the left of the backboard. Petty will trigger the play. Gets it in to Miller. Miller in the corner on the far side. Throws it back to Petty. Now to Apodaca. Drives side of the paint to the bucket. Lays it off. A little too hard. Burgraff with the rebound. Hand off to Becker. And here come the Bulldogs. Over it goes to Holman. Back to Becker to Holman. Down to the baseline. Vitur. Back to Holman. Holman. Cross court picked off by Miller. Miller trying to get it to Zal. Is picked off by Burgraff. And Becker avoiding Zal in the backcourt. Finds Vitur on the baseline. Up top it goes. Oh, off the hands of Becker into the backcourt. And that's an over and back. Marks steps back onto the court for North Mason. And let's see here. He just stepped on Arns returns for Crosspoint. Inbounds will go to Shea. Up top it goes to Arns. He'll drive foul to the foul line. To Petty in the corner. Up to Shea. Shea top of the key to Zal. Zal for three. That's short. Rebound goes to Holman. Here comes Davenport. Minute and a half to go in the half. 27-13 is their score. North Mason on top. Bulldogs have the ball. That's Burgraff. Draws a double team. Looking for Holman. Sold out to Davenport. Davenport dribbles to the side of the paint. Into the corner. Holman for three in the corner. That's short. Rebound. Sneaking in there was Burgraff. Turnaround jumper goes in. I'm sorry. This is a Becker with the bucket. Minute 5 to go here in the half. Petty with it. To Arns. Arns. Loses the ball and Holman comes up with it. Finds Burgraff. Burgraff will get it to Becker. Over to Davenport. Back to Becker. To Holman. Now Becker. Side of the paint. Foul line. Lost the ball and Petty with the steal. Jeremiah into the front court. And then an over and back. That was a close call there. Goes back to the Bulldogs. Mincy steps back onto the court for North Mason with 42 seconds to go here in the half. 29-13 is the score. Davenport. Over goes to Mincy. Cross court back to Davenport. Drives baseline right to the hoop. Puts it up. And a foul on the shot. Devontae Davenport at the line for 2 free throws. He's got 3 points tonight. James Apodaca picked up his second. 8th team foul on North Mason. Davenport's at the line for 2 free throws. Short, but it fell in. Give him 4 points tonight. 32.5 seconds to go here in the half. 30-13. Make it 31-13. Dalton Geyer steps back onto the court, and Davenport will get another rest. With 30 seconds here in the quarter now. There's Shea trying to go coast to coast, and a hand check foul on the Bulldogs. Holman picked up his first. Baseline inbounds for the Warriors. Arns will trigger the play, looking for Shea. Gets it into Shea. Fakes the three, steps back beyond the three-point arc again. Missed the shot, and the rebound goes to Burgraff. 20 seconds to go. Finds Geyer. Comes a sophomore running the point. Throws it over to Holman. Cross court it goes to Mincy. Mincy, side of the paint to Burgraff. Splits a triple team. Nice find there to Marks. Missed the shot. Rebound goes to Apodaca. And then stepping into the passing lane is Holman. Holman is a half court. Nope. And that'll be the half. So North Mason has a 31-13 lead on Crosspoint after 16 minutes of play. A first half in the books. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back here with more from North Mason High School and the Dog Pound on MasonWebTV.com. And we're at halftime here at North Mason High School. Halftime score, North Mason 31, Crosspoint Academy 13. The Bulldogs are being led by Daniel Burgraff's 12 points. We got 9 for Matt Becker, 5 for Devontae Davenport, 3 for Matt Duckworth, and 2 for Nick Victor. For the Warriors, they're being led by Zach Miller's 5 points. Michael Shea has 4. And 2 apiece for Cody Arns and James Apodaca. So that's the way we stand here at halftime. 31 for North Mason, 13 for Crosspoint. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back actually with third quarter action in about 8.5 minutes from right now on MasonWebTV.com. We'll take a quick timeout and we'll be back.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places,
Uptown.
but when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
As you can see, it's halftime here at North Mason High School. North Mason 31, Crosspoint Academy 13. We'll be back in, 8 minutes with the third quarter here in just a moment.